Have you ever wondered what the difference was between a home market valuation and an appraiser? Well, there is a difference, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi, my name is Deanna Bradford, and I am a realtor with Reese Nichols Realtors Excelsior Springs, part of the Bill Hightower team. So, two different things. Both determine value of a property, but done in slightly different ways and for different purposes. So, a home market valuation is an opinion of value based on market data. You can find a home market valuation on some of the websites that you see regularly, like Zillow.com, Realtor.com, all of those different websites. You can often find on there their estimated value of what your home could be worth based on data that it pulls in the neighborhood of other homes that are comparable to yours and what is sold recently. However, it can be off because they don't take into consideration a lot of the details of the different types of homes. They can't get inside the home and see if there's been upgrades done, or if the home has maybe not been maintained well, if there's deferred maintenance on the home, which just means that the home hasn't been maintained. And so there's a lot of things that need to be serviced, or may not be in great shape, or maybe aged and could go out soon and need to be replaced. So these are things that those websites can't take into consideration. The other type of home valuation comes from a realtor, preferably a local realtor that knows that market in that area, who has a lot of experience, sold many houses, and knows what to look for in the market data. A realtor is going to look at the same data that maybe a Zillow or Realtor.com is going to pull, because they have the same access to that information as far as what homes that are comparable to this particular home have sold for in the most recent amount of time, and homes that are most like that home as far as age, size, the home's layout, whether it's a ranch versus a two-story. You have to compare apples to apples. So they can take that into consideration. But then the best valuation is when you have a realtor come to your home and walk through your home so that they can get their eyes on all the details. They can see the upgrades. They can see the updated roof and furnace. They can see the new kitchen that you've put in. Or if I have worked with a lot of sellers who may not be in that kind of situation, and they want to know what their home is worth as it is. They haven't been able to make updates or improvements to the home, and they want to know what it's worth in its as is condition. So a realtor can take those details and go back and do the research, and can come up very fairly accurately with a value that should be fair for that home. Now, a fair market value isn't what the realtor says your home is worth, or what Zillow says your estimated home value is. Fair market value is what a buyer is willing to pay for a home. So the reason that we look at the most comparable data of the most recent solds is because that's what buyers have paid for homes. And so we can take that information and compare it to a home similar to that, and very accurately determine what your home could sell for. Now, what about an appraisal? An appraisal is done by somebody who has either been licensed or certified. They have gone through specific training, and they have a very standardized method to come up with a value for a property. They also take into consideration the same things that the realtor does as far as the market data. And they also visit the property, most often go inside the property and see all the same things that as a realtor, I would see. Reasons that an appraisal is ordered typically is for financing purposes. So when you are looking to refinance your home, your lender is going to require an appraisal to determine the value, to make sure that the amount that they refinance your home for supports what the home is valued at. And so the appraiser determines that value for the lender. Or as a buyer, when you go to buy a home, in order to get a loan to purchase that home with, the lender wants to make sure that the loan amount that they provide for you is not over and above what the home is worth. So an appraiser will get a copy of the contract. They'll see what the home was listed at when it was for sale, what it is now under contract for, what the buyer and seller have come to an agreement for. And then they're going to, again, do the same, that data research. They're going to look at the data of the most recent solds that are most comparable in the most general location of that home, as close as they can get. And they're going to go into the property and look at the property with their eyes, measure rooms. They're going to check on some things while they're there and determine whether the amount that the home is under contract for supports what the market shows that home is worth. And sometimes people just decide to hire an appraiser to do a general fair market value report for whatever reason. Sometimes if somebody has an estate or if they've gone through a divorce, they'll hire an appraiser to do that valuation for them. I often, as a realtor, have been asked also to determine value of a property and write a letter of valuation for somebody who maybe is going through a divorce, or for a lawyer for somebody with an estate or who's trying to establish a trust for an estate. And so if you're looking to get the value of your property and it's going through a lawyer or a court system or something like that, just make sure that you ask which way they would prefer you get that information from, if a letter from a realtor is okay, or whether you need an appraisal from an appraiser. The difference being that a realtor is usually not going to charge you anything to do that. At least I don't personally charge for those kinds of things. And an appraiser is going to cost a fee. Even when you are getting an appraisal for the purpose of a loan, there is a cost to that. You have to pay for that. And it usually is included in with your closing costs. But if you're just getting an appraisal for your own purposes, just make sure that you're aware that there is a cost for that and find out what that is before you do it. Hopefully that helps kind of explain the differences between just a regular market valuation versus what an appraisal is and what it does. I would love to know if you have any questions about any of this, or if you have an opinion you'd like to share, leave it in the comments below. And I hope that you found this information helpful. If so, please like this video. And then don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you'll get that notification when we put new videos out each week. Thanks again for joining me today and for watching this video. And I hope that you have a blessed day.